Hey there, Candid Land. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Candid Conversations with Miss Crystal podcast. And guess what? This is my 10th episode. Woo! I wanted to get some balloons and all of that stuff, but y'all, it was raining when I got out of church. And you know what I want to do when it's raining? Get to where I'm going quickly without getting wet, right? But we're praying for the city of Louisville. Some scary things are going on right about now. And for probably the first or second time in the city's history, they've canceled Thunder over Louisville. So praying for anyone that's being impacted by the flooding. And I know a lot of people that live on the River Road area, if they live near the water, they are being evacuated. So let's pray that, we can get a handle on this situation. All right. Well, it's my 10th episode. Still can't believe that I've already made it to my 10th episode, but I had to bring the heat. I got you. Well, let's talk about it. All right. Have you ever had a moment in life that pushed you to the edge? A moment that instead of snapping in silence, you decided to grab a mic and speak your truth. Well, that's what happened with today's guest, Miss Renada Frampton. And she went viral for calling out the growing homeless situation that's taking place in our city. And she had this to say. Check out.
So please, just follow the rules. Me personally, I don't like people running up to my car asking me for money when I come in the gas station. And y'all out here 8 hours. Go to White Castle, go somewhere, go get a job.
All right, that's the viral video that was transmitted on the Bader's Food Mart intercom system. And what we didn't know is that same pain of dealing with the houseless population every day at work actually has followed her home. Needles in the hallway, strangers outside of her door. And she says that she pays rent, but she still feels unsafe. So today we're going beyond the headlines, and we are getting to the heart of the conversation and the chaos. Interesting tidbit. Did you know that Louisville has seen a 50% increase in houselessness just this year alone? So this isn't just Renata's story. This is a crisis that's taking place in our community. So this is episode 10, and this is Renata Said What She Said. Let's get into it. Without further ado, let's welcome her to the stage. It's Miss Renada Frampton.
Hey, Louisville. Hey, everyone. It's the one and only me.
There you go. And listen, I know a lot of people are going to tune in because first off, you've got such a colorful, such an energetic personality. And whenever I say, oh, the lady from Bader's, people know exactly who we're talking about.
Yes, that's me. Thanks for coming to Bader's and not being a hater.
Oh, thanks for coming to Bader's and not being a hater. I absolutely love it. Well, y'all, Renata actually reached out to me a couple of months ago while I was still working for the news station I was with. And I was going to pitch that story. And then God had other things happening, but I'm excited that I held on to it. That way we would get a better opportunity to be more interactive and share your story in its entirety and not just 2 or 3 minutes, right? So you are here. I played the video. Let's get into it. Yes. Talk about your decision to go on the mic that day. What was going through your mind and why did you to do that?
One, I have been there going on 8 years at Bader's Food Mart. And when I first started off, it was nothing like how it is now. Yeah. I say in the last couple of years, it has gotten really worse with the homeless people, especially with Thornton's on Broadway shutting down. We have received all the riffraff, literally. I guess my breaking point was when a woman was kind enough to buy someone drinks and food, and they literally left it on the ground and snatched her wallet. Me personally, I wouldn't want anyone running up to my car asking me for money. When I'm just trying to go in the gas station to get gas or buy snacks or what have you. I mean, it has really gotten out of hand. Like
Wow.
sometimes they even get mad and angry when someone doesn't want to give them their hard earned money. It doesn't make sense at all.
Wow. Wow. So you said you've been there for 8 years and you're talking about the Thorntons there in downtown Louisville, which closed back last spring, making you all like one of the only stations in that area. So you said that it's gotten progressively worse from when you first started 8 years ago up until now. And now you're getting all of the traffic that used to hang out there at Thornton's.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Wow.
ma'am. We are in like I have said before, it's just not like because we see a lot of drug addicts, a
Hmm.
lot. We have had someone smoking crack in his wheelchair on the lot, and I blatantly told him, I said, "Do you want to swallow that crack pipe?" I said, "Next time you're on this lot smoking crack, you will swallow that crack pipe." I
Wow.
mean, it's just it has. We have people that bring their kids in the store. You know, we right down the street from Brown School. We have all the students and just different types of business people and everything, and that looks bad with the homeless people.
Yeah.
Uh, Crapping when I say no more pooping on the premises. I mean, I really mean that. The stuff that happens at our store is unbelievable, but it's real.
Wow.
And it just, I don't know, it's unsafe at times, you know, but I always try to make it a point and I stay on that mic making my announcements, you know, like get to moving. I know even some of them by name. So,
Wow. And we know Miss Renata is going to tell it like it is. And I know that mm, that you guys, your hands are tied because it's private property. So it's not like the police can do anything to try to help manage the area.
right.
What does management say about this?
My boss always let us know not to chase after anyone. Don't chase after anyone. Um, you know, if someone takes something, it's insured. My son has pointed that out to me so many times because I have had an incident where a man put his hands on me and I try to fight him back and there were no good and I had to call my son and I don't want to put my son in a situation where he's incarcerated for taking for his mom. So, you know, we really try to stick together there. You know, first shift really doesn't have it as bad as second shift. I work second shift,
Hmm.
and it's not as bad. It's like that's when they all come out. We have to repeatedly ask them to leave. If there's no men working with us on our shift at the time, they try us and won't leave. So that's when I came up with the three locks in the sock because I'm going to protect myself. If you
Wow.
don't come in my space, I'm going
Wow.
to protect myself by any means.
So after you posted that video, what was the reaction and did you expect it to go viral like it did?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Not at all. A lot of people thought I was an AI voice, and they was like, "Oh my God, you're real. You are a real person." I'll be like, "Yes, I'm a real person." And it's another video that they have put on there where I had got into a confrontation with a man the day before, and see, I want to clear it for everyone. We just don't pick on anyone. We don't do that. That's not what we do. The day before, the young man was spitting at us and trying to fight us physically. So I was like, let me buy some locks, and I put them in a sock. And the next day when he came, I was ready for him. So I went viral for that too.
Oh my
Um, it's just a shame that we have to do that. And like
God.
I said, like it's more than a drug addiction thing with the homeless. It's also a mental illness issue, which me, I know from experience what they do, Crystal. They put you in a hospital 2 weeks, get you on all kinds of medication. And then when your 2 weeks is up, because your insurance or your passport doesn't cover it anymore, you're gone. They just send you away.
Yeah.
And that's
And that's one of the things it is definitely a growing situation. We are hearing that a lot of it is due to lack of resources for people who are struggling with mental illness. But this hits home for you on a deeper level because this has followed you to your residence. You're dealing with this not just on the job, but where you live. So tell us about the situation, how you said that your apartment building is being overtaken by the houseless population.
Okay,
I'm
my
going to share some of
apartment.
these pictures. Go ahead.
Okay, my apartment complex, uh, which by the grace of God I have moved. It's why it's echoing because I'm literally starting over. But who
Uh-huh.
uh, the homeless have taken over. Last summer, someone had a miscarriage and left a fetus in the stairwell, wrapped up in a shirt with feces. Um, if the gate is broken, if the
Oh,
gate is
hold
broken,
on. Now, what?
yes,
Oh my
ma'am,
gosh.
yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am,
Oh my
yes,
God.
ma'am,
So
and
some
it's
of these pictures, you sent me some of these pictures. Let's talk, kind of let the viewers know what we're looking at right here.
okay, right here on this picture, we're looking at the stairwell, the bottom of the stairwell, which my apartment set across from the stairwell door. Uh, a couple was sleeping there, like living there, like it was their apartment. Uh, God, um, uh, I would find needles in the hallways on the elevator with dope. One time, this is another picture on the other side of the stairwell where another couple was living. Um, One time, my daughter and my granddaughter came to visit me, and she was like, "Can you come down? This guy won't move from in front of the door." He was literally shooting up heroin in front of the door, the entry door. And I went down there with my Louisville Slugger to make him move. Like it, and the rent office doesn't do anything about it. They don't do anything, and it's sad. Where you have to, my best friend have to walk me home from work every night to make sure I'm safe, make sure I'm in my apartment safe. The elevator one day, and I have videos of it. I wish I could have got it to you. Was kind of a large thing to send, but it was blood, literally all in the hallway, on the elevator. It's just a mess, and it's a lot of people that I have kicked out of the store off the property of baiters, like sleeping in front of my door. They have broken into the maintenance supply closet, living in the supply closet.
So you're having this. So tell us where you live, and and I'm sure, and you, as you've expressed to me that you've tried to speak to management about this problem, and you are getting little to no assistance. So you're dealing with this on the job and at home. Where is this happening at? Where do you live?
Right across the street from the Omni Hotel. You would think they would clean that area up, but no, no, honey. No, they don't. It's at Cathedral Commons through Beacon Properties. I urge that no one rents from them. No one. $947 a month to live in a one bedroom apartment where the air is broken every summer. And the heat never works. People's apartments have flooded, and the homeless has literally taken over, and it has really gotten worse. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
So management, when they're aware of what's going on. What is their response to you? And have they tried to get the authorities involved?
Oh, this is what they say. Oh, we doing the best that we can. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not at all. And they literally hired security for 2 weeks, and they were gone.
Oh my God. What do your neighbors say?
My neighbor, she has since then moved. She was disabled, and uh, she couldn't even walk her dog no more because she was afraid her dog would eat something off the floor of the lobby and get sick from dope. They One time we found a pile of Reynolds wrap where they was smoking meth. They do fentanyl. It's The smell is horrific.
Oh my God.
uh it's just bad. It's really horrible.
Wow.
But
If you're just now tuning in, my special guest is Miss Renada Frampton, the Bader's baddie. You might recognize her face. recognize her voice from Bader's gas station right there in downtown Louisville. And she's talking about navigating the situation with Louisville's houseless population, not only at work, but she's having this situation happen at her home. Renata, you've walked in both worlds. You've been unhoused before, and this is you truly coming here to Candid Conversations to share your whole story. Now you're trying to, you've gotten your life together, you're trying to stay afloat, and you kind of feel like this is taking you backwards. Share with us your story. You were houseless. Share with us your story.
I have been homeless. I was actually at one point homeless with my youngest daughter. I was living in a stolen truck. The truck wasn't even mine. I had to give her baths and McDonald's bathroom sinks and make her bottles and bathroom sinks. My aunt was already taking care of my oldest daughter, and my best friend's mom was taking care of my son. And it was just horrible for me to live like that with my child. But at the time, I was battling mental illness and drug addiction at the time. And I'm not proud of any of that, but I learned from it. And a lot of people sometimes have to hit their rock bottom, to, hey, this is not the life for you. This is not it. This is not what God has planned for you. Yeah. And if it wasn't for my aunt stepping in, taking care of my youngest and my oldest, and my best friend's mom taking care of my son, because how could I take care of my kids when I couldn't even take care of myself, and I didn't even love myself enough, to love them. Not saying that I love my children. I love my children. They're a blessing. It was just something that I had to get myself together, in order to be a mother to them. And going through addiction and mental illness, you can't do that. There's no way. If you say you can, you are lying. There's just no way.
Right. Trying to do it on your own is what you're talking about. So how did you, what was your breaking point for you to say, I want to get help and I want to rebuild my life?
My breaking point was going to prison and doing 12 years. I had to I humbled myself. I had to realize my life, it wasn't just about me. It was about my kids, my grandkids, and God. God didn't want that for me. And I'm not a Bible thumper. I don't even go to church, but I know that man is real, because he has brought me a long way. It's so many times I should have been dead. It's so many times I should have been dead. I could have OD'd, but I'm still here standing. And I can relate to a lot of the homeless people, but you have to want better for themselves. It's a lot of them where they have loving and caring families at home, but they have to want the help for themselves, Chris. You can't be like, oh, you're going to get some help. I'm going to put you in treatment, because it's not going to work. They have to want it for themselves. They really do. Right. And today, and no matter how many years you clean and everything, you're going to always be an addict. You're going to be an addict to the day that you die. I actually have a sponsor, because there's days where I feel like breaking and I want to give up. But now in my mind, it's like I have to keep going on for my kids and my grandkids. That's what I stand on, my kids and my grandkids. That's why I'm here.
That's your moving. That's your moving force. And I'm trying to mute because we got a little bit of a feedback, and I want them to be able to hear everything that you're saying. Thank you so much for being so candid. I mean, because it takes a lot of courage to be able to share the parts that are only between you and God, And it's almost making me wonder, do you feel like there's a special calling on your life to maybe speak and reach those very people who seem to be surrounding you, because only you can relate what they're going through?
I've always wanted to build a house or a place where women that are battling addiction and that are leaving prison institution, so it's not a revolving door for them. I've always wanted to start a home, like a rehab home, where they can get help and everything. But a lot of these rehab centers and everything, Crystal, I seen that they really put them in drug infested neighborhoods, and
Yeah.
that's not good. That's like a hookup. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's like they testing them, putting them in them type of drug infested areas, like for them to use, for them to fail, when you should want them to succeed, because the prison system is nothing but a revolving door, and that's a money maker.
Absolutely. And you know what? And you're speaking, but when you think about most of these drug rehabilitation centers, when they're setting up shops and homes, they're not going to put them in the nice high-end parts of the city. If you could, and I know that you can definitely understand that. So let's get back to the situation, though. If you're just now joining me, Miss Renada Frampton, she is the Bader's baddie. Her voice was broadcasted on the intercom system and could be heard giving a public service announcement, encouraging the house's population to get off the property and go somewhere else. Frustration because you're dealing with this at your own home. What would you say to the people who say, just move, just find a new place? It seems as if you've been fighting this. How long have you been living there? And what would you say to the people who tell you, just move, find somewhere else to go?
It's kind of hard, especially in this economy, to like just up and move. It
Yeah.
really is. You have to think some places want first and last month's rent, plus the deposit on top of that. Then you have to get your LG&E transferred. It's a lot to deal with. So sometimes it's just not that easy. And for me, and my youngest daughter really understands this. When after me coming home and everything, and I lived from pillow to post for my first 2 years, that was my home for 8 years. That was my place where I didn't have anyone telling me, oh, you got to go, I'm ready to leave, or being here at a certain time. It was my place, my first time ever being on my own, because I've always lived with someone, my aunt, my grandmother, a best friend, another aunt, or my son and his adopted mom. And it felt good to have my own. When I moved in there, I didn't have anything. I started off with 2 Rubbermaid bins, a Nike duffel bag, uh, a 40-something inch TV. I didn't even have a blanket to cover myself up with. My son had to bring me a blanket. I was living off of bologna sandwiches and Cheeto puffs. So that was my place. And for it to be like that now, it's heartbreaking. And like I felt like I was pushed out because I couldn't deal. What would have probably happened? I would have ended up killing someone to protect myself, or someone would have ended up killing me. So
Do
sorry about
you
this.
feel that the system is failing both the unhoused and the housed? You find yourself in a really unique situation. Do you feel like the system is failing you again?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, and I get there's like really no resources for to house everyone. Again, it starts with them wanting to have it for themselves, to get the help for themselves. And I have seen a lot of homeless people that used to come in the store within the 8 years of working at Bader's, getting help, where they be like, oh, Renata, I have a place now. I have a job, and that's good. And I'm like, keep up the good work. Cause I don't want anyone to have the persona of me being just some evil woman, because I'm far from that, because I get it. Like I said, I get it. I have been there. By the grace of God, I haven't had to stand on a corner asking panhandling or any of that. And they always say, well, I don't have an ID. There are resources at her where places will help you get an ID to get started. You just making excuses. I seen a man one time that owns his own construction company offer a guy, I will give you a job, you can come and work for me. He said, no, I want the money to buy beer. So You have some that wants to help, you have some that don't want to help. Like I met a young lady, she done had her seventh child, and don't have any of them, and uh she claims she's going to do right by this baby. So let's just hope.
Renata, if the city called you tomorrow and said, tell us what you need, Renata. How can we help you with this situation, not only at your home, but also at work? What do you think the solution would be to help with this problem?
Okay, with the home, get that building shut down. Point blank, period. They need to help the people that want to move financially, because some people just want to stay there. Uh, they need help. They need help. They need resources to move, to get moved. Like I said, it's a lot in moving. And with the store, oh Lord, uh, more resources with the mental health
More
and housing,
resources. Yeah. Yeah.
where they are not on the streets. I mean, I can't make I have named some of them. Like, that's like on one of my announcements, I'll be like, there will be no drug use on this lot. I mean, Crystal, they smoking meth, uh, spice, shooting up dope. One time I took the trash out back, and a pregnant girl was back there shooting up dope. Shooting up
Oh,
dope on the side of the dumpster. I mean, we can't make it up. I mean, it's just bad. And you would think the city would want to do more. We have all those hotels, the Omni, Marriott, all those hotels around the store, where we bring in people from the Plumbers Convention, the Engineering Convention, all these different conventions and everything. And that's like the heart of downtown Louisville. You would think they would want to do more to make it look better and clean it up. Because me personally, if I was from out of town, I wouldn't want to be down there.
right. And and unfortunately, it does seem that when it comes this time of year, miraculously, everything gets tidied up. If someone's listening to you right now and they're going through the same situation, what would you tell them? What advice or encouragement if they are battling with mental illness, if they're battling with houselessness? What kind of words of advice or words of wisdom would you give them?
But with the mental illness, I would say talk to someone. Don't be ashamed, because that's a lot of people's problem. A lot of people look down on mental illness, and they push it under the rug. They really do. And a lot of people are afraid to go and get help or seek out help. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Go and get the help that you need. 7 counties, you can call 7 counties, get you a therapist, get you a doctor, get you some help. Because one day, and like a lot of people look at it like, sometimes I used to be like, oh my God, I make everyone laugh. Like everybody's like, oh my God, she's so funny. But I have broke where I'm breaking down on the inside, and I'm at my wit's end where I just want to end it all. So if you struggling with mental illness, please seek help. Uh, with the housing situation, I know we have Wakeside and a lot of different Salvation Army, Volunteers of America, of as such. Let people know that you need housing, but know that they will have rules that you will have to follow. And if you don't want to be on the street, you will follow those rules. If they want you in at a certain time, if they want you to take a drug test, be willing to do that, so you're not on the streets. So
Yeah.
you're not out there. It's a sad case. Just
Yeah.
don't be afraid to ask for help. Closed mouths don't get fed.
What you said a mouthful right there. Closed mouths do not get fed. Renata, the city leaders, landlords, decision makers who might be tuned in, what is your message first off to your landlord? And you said that you're moving. So are you moving right now?
Actually, I left my apartment March the 13th. And I'm starting over, while there's an echo. I'm literally starting from the bottom all over again. But I love it. I no longer have to walk to my door with three locks and a sock or some kind of weapon. I have a parking spot. No
Yeah.
more bugs in the hood, but there's in the woods, baby. And I
Wow.
love it. Yeah, I can sleep without barricading my door, my bedroom door. I trying to have an escape plan. If one of them came in my house to jump out the window, it is it's really, my mental is at peace. I'm at peace. But like the people that's watching, like you said, the leaders and everything, something needs to be done about their property. Something needs to be done immediately before someone end up getting hurt. I remember someone's doorknob and lock was taken off their door because they owed someone money. It's just, it's bad and it needs to be cleaned up. Y'all need to close the building down completely, condemn it to everything is in order. That's my advice. I mean,
And
y'all.
so they've done that too because Dosker Manor is a situation, and now they're moving residents out of there, and they're actually going to renovate that entire situation. And so you're letting the city know, hey, this is an area of concern. Some really scary and bad things are happening because you were able to leave, but I'm sure that you have, your old neighbors that you're concerned of, or people that can't find anywhere else to go.
Right. My main concern is a woman that had lived up the hall from me with her two younger grandsons that she take care of, and that's her problem. She's like needing help with a deposit and everything, and she found a place, and like the first month rent and getting moved, like that's a lot to take on. It really is. So. And then not only that, they know of we have a pedophile that lived in the building. He still lives there around kids,
Wow.
and they never said anything about that. So it's just, if someone's listening, please quit ignoring these people. It's going to be said if somebody is on the news, oh well, she was raped or they were killed, and when nothing was done. And you would think, and it's like you said, Crystal, at Derby time, oh, it's all cleaned up and pretty for the people, but then after that, it's back to hell. And
Wow.
enough is enough. Like, get it together. Get it together. Like, for real,
And
get it
again,
together.
and again, shout out that place that you just moved from that you said that is an area of concern for the city.
Right. It's just, yeah, Cathedral Commons. That's what it's called. It's horrible. It's
Wow.
horrible. It's horrible. They need to do something with they slum lords. That's what I want to call them, slum lords. They don't care about anything but them getting their rent money and things of that nature. They were sending me letters talking about your rent's late, okay, and it's going to keep being late. Y'all not doing anything. Y'all not y'all not taking care of anything. When they broke into the maintenance supply closet across from me, if y'all saw the things that's on my Ring doorbell, y'all would be like, "There's no way."
Mm.
Yeah, living in the maintenance supply closet.
It's gotten that bad. And unfortunately, the direction in which the country's going, a lot of people are losing their jobs. The houseless situation is only going to continue to get worse. I don't know, Renata. Something in me is telling me that you keep running into your purpose. And I know that you work at Bader's, you've got another job, but something in me is telling me that you are to be the voice for this population. You've got the personality, you have got the experience, and you've got the heart. And so, my plea, if someone out there is working at one of these agencies, you guys need to snatch this woman up because I truly believe, Renata, that your voice could definitely be a change maker for this community because a lot of times when we see these people that are camping out, they all, everybody's got a story. They've got their own story of what led them to that situation. But the only person that could truly understand what they're dealing with is you. What do you think about that?
Uh, yeah, I think I have a purpose and to help other people. Like I said, I'm not. I'm not a mean person, a heartless person at all. Like I have been there, so I have been in their shoes, so I can relate. A lot of people can't, like you have a lot of people that try to tell you how to parent, and 10 out of 10 they don't even have a kid. Or you have someone that try to talk to you about addiction, and they never lived through it. They never have had to deal with anything like that. So I think I will be good for something like that. I'm gonna tell you something really quick. A girl was coming in our store, and I have on video a few times, and I didn't recognize her because she strung out on drugs so bad. But I can tell you, I told the guy that she was with, I said, "Let me tell you something." She wouldn't even have looked at you, blinked at you. She was beautiful. She had everything going for her, and she was asking me to buy her some hair dye. And I said, "Buy you some hair dye? You don't even have a sink to wash the hair dye out of your hair with. Make it make sense, like." And I told her it was heartbreaking to see her that way, because I know what she was about, how she used to be, and it was just gut wrenching. So yeah, I would love to help people if I could. Like I said, it's just a lot of people that want to give their change and stuff at the store. I've seen too many people get their purses snatched, or they've been robbed, or so I'll be like, don't give them anything. All they're going to do is lay their food out there and not eat it.
Yeah.
It's and then some of them get angry when you don't want to give them anything. So
Wow. Wow. It's a tough situation. I'm glad to hear though that you have escaped it as far as your housing, but I truly believe that there's a greater purpose brewing on the inside of you. What's the likes of you dealing with the same situation that you were delivered from at work and at your home. And so I want you to pray about it, think about it. And if anyone out there has any connections to any agencies that services this population, this woman right here would be instrumental in the work that you're trying to do. Renata, this has been such a wonderful conversation. I tell you, time flies when you're having fun, but thank you so much for sharing your truth and sharing your story. And hopefully someone that may be dealing with something right now can look at you as a beacon of hope and saying, if she can do it, I can do it. And you are allowing people to see the other side of the sassiness there at Bader's. Any last words, anything else to say to the people before we get out of here, Renata?
yes, absolutely. Thank y'all for letting me share my truth. And again, thank you for coming to Bader's and not being a hater.
Thank you for coming to Bader's and not being a hater. Renata, how can people keep up with you, keep in contact with you? Give us your social media.
Okay, my social media, my name on my Facebook is Renada Frampton, and on Instagram it's Ginger Snap. I can't even really remember, but like on TikTok, my co-worker Stephen Allen, you can find him on TikTok, and you will see all the shenanigans that goes on at Bader's. These are not skits; it's real deal Holyfield. Again, y'all, thank you for allowing me to share my truth. And Crystal, I wish you the best. I can't wait till you make it to your 100th show, Queen. And you will. You would be great. I'm hoping to be like you when I grow up.
Girl, you have surpassed me. I just want to share with you some of the messages. Someone said, this message, she has the heart for the people. I agree with you. And Miss Beverly, praying for your recovery.
Oh,
And then so happy that you made it out. And so we are rooting you on, sis, and we want to thank you so much for sharing your story with us. All right, 10th episode right there in the bag. But thank you so much to Miss Renata for sharing her story. And let's be clear, she didn't just go viral, but today she went vulnerable, sharing her story. And as I said, Louisville's houseless population had already grown to 50%. And so this is a issue. It's a problem that we will definitely see sprouting up more because of the condition of the economy right now, but lifting up everybody that's going through a tough time right about now. And ask it within yourself, what can I do to help? And I wasn't playing. I truly believe Renata would be a secret weapon to combating this situation on the local level. She's definitely got a heart for the people, and absolutely love her. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks so much for tuning in and supporting. If you're checking me out on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. If you're watching me on Facebook, thank you so much for your love. Be sure to like my page. Share this broadcast if it touched you. And y'all, as always, thank you so much for your support. Thanks so much for tuning in to Candid Conversations with Miss Crystal podcast, where we are transforming through transparency. Have a wonderful day. Bye.